you want to look in the camera, that's what they're going to see. You're on.
Hi, my name is Pastor Benny Jaques. I pastor a church in Victory Outreach, Las Vegas. I have been here for 20 years. We came over here, my wife and my 3 girls. They were very young, 20 years ago. Started church from scratch. We ended up right there on 28th and Cedar, a crime-infested neighborhood. At first, I didn't even know it was that crime-infested, but then when I used to give flyers out to people, they at first responded, but then when they saw where the place was at, they kind of like, nah, I don't think so. Here's an offering, and they just kept on going. But anyway, I've been here 20 years, and we've, we reach out to the people that even churches don't want to help out. Drug addicts, gang members, prostitutes, down and out, the rejects of society. And, and the reason why I believe that I'm effective is because about 30 years ago, I got saved in prison, through Victory Outreach. And, when I got out, people saw that I had potential, and they began to work with me, equip me, and train me, and then later on, launched me out, my wife and I, to Las Vegas. And we came over here just with a simple vision that what God did with us, because my wife been to prison also, God was able to duplicate it, in other people's lives. And little by little, we began to build the church from scratch, and now we are where we're at, and we're in a building project to where we're going to build a church that's going to sit 1,000 people in the near future. And the reason why I'm in it and why I just keep on going, in spite of everything, all the opposition and trials and tribulations, and is because it's about God and it's about people. And nobody can tell me that God can't change an individual's life, because He changed my life. He changed my wife's life. And I've seen families, being restored. I've seen marriages that came in, on life support, and, they've unplugged it from there and plugged into God, and God began to do awesome miracles. And, and just to see, families and marriages restored, and that's you can't put a price on it. We've launched out a church to North Las Vegas. We launched out a church to Henderson. We got our eyes on Utah, Oklahoma, and eventually to the uttermost parts of the world. But we're international. We are just kind of like a chapter here in Vegas, but we're international. We have been in existence, Victory Outreach International, for 44 years. And we have like about 600 churches all over the world. And where you find Victory Outreach is the worst of the worst places, in the inner cities, in the ghettos, like for instance, our church that we're going to build right there in the neighborhood. Somebody told me once, they says, why do you want to build a church in the ghetto? And I said, well, the answer is very simple. You don't put a light in a lighted place. You put a light in a dark place. And I'm just sold out for God, and I just want to reach the unreachable and touch the untouchable. And like I said, if God can change my life, God can change anybody's life. And I'm reaching the young people as well as the oldies but goodies. I'm 61 years old, and I just I signed up for 61 more years. And I'm just looking forward to just continuing on and seeing the move of God. And right now there's revival taking place in our church, and we're doing all kinds of things, especially in August. We're doing a crusade, and we're just going for it. They call it Sin City, and people boast about it, but my Bible tells me that where sin abounds, the grace of God does much more abound. And for 20 years, we've been digging deep, and I think that we finally tapped into the reservoir of God's grace, and and we're going for it. We're going for it, and we just want to bring great joy in this city, in the city of Las Vegas, and it truly needs the Lord, and I just want to give God all the honor, all the glory, and all the praise for everything that He's done, not only in my life, but in the life of my wife, and in the lives of so many families that were all tore up, but little by little they began to get it together and see the vision and partner with God and with us here in the ministry. And to God be the glory, all the honor and all the praise for what He's done, what He's doing, and what He's going to continue to do, because faithful is He who has called not only me but us into His kingdom for such a time as this. And I just love God, and I love people. And God bless you.
That is awesome. I have one question. I have one question. You're going to do so much, and you are doing so much. Ministry takes money. So if someone wanted to give a donation, how would they go about donating? How would they go about donating to Victory Outreach? What would they do?
Well, they can go online, and they could log in right there, and they can they can donate to the ministry right there, but tax write-offs, but we're not supported by the government or the state. It's just the free will offerings of the community and even the people within the church, that are grateful that when they came in, they didn't even have a job, but little by little God began to bless them, and they began to give back, because somebody gave for them, and they're able to also give, but it's just God. It's just God that is doing it. This is not the work of man. This is the work of God. If I would tell you that it was me that did this, I'd be crazy. I'd go in a crazy house already, But being that it's God, and He's building His church, and not only did He start me off, with just a pioneering church, but now we're a regional church. We're called the Nevada region, and you can log in if you want to give help out the ministry here. You can log on, to Facebook, Victory Outreach Las Vegas. Okay? All right, then God bless you, and nice talking to you.
Thank you so much. And everybody, I'm going to make sure that I have the website in this article, so you can just click right on it. Fantastic ministry. Thank you so very much for what you're doing. Blessing to the community, blessing to the advancement of God's kingdom. Thank you so much.
Amen.